With all the choice of games in this day and age, how do we know which ones are worth playing? Well, one of the best ways to know if a game is worth playing is go to a trusted review site and get a trusted review from a professional or an actual player. But how do you know if that review is not biased? So I did the thing any reasonable human would do and just typed in Splatoon 3 is bad or similar searches on the internet to see what players are thinking is wrong with the game. Because everyone on forums is honest all the time and would never leave a bad review intentionally because they are salty or just want to gain reputation. I'll be looking at the comments that have been made about Splatoon 3 on the internet and judging if they're actually true or if they're old and used to be true or if they're still relevant and try and come up with a reason why they said that, and if it's an actual genuine issue, if there's anything that can be done about it. So the first complaint that I found is how the matchmaking system is bad, and if you're not a top player you just do be demolished. This one's hard to address. It is from when the game first out, and the higher rank you climb, the better people you come across, and you might get to a point of repeatedly being demolished if you climb too high. There is also the fact that it's a team-based game and you're reliant on teammates. I'm not just going to sit here and have another rant about teammates. People have good days and bad days on the game, and sometimes they don't play the best that they can because they're having a bad day. And if you're paired up with a bunch of people who are having a bad day, then it could feel like you're getting demolished. There is not much they can really do about this one. I know they've been trying for years to try and perfect the matchmaking system, and it will never ever be perfect. One of the things I think that they can do is, instead of going into negative points in your rank, they could just add ranking. They could just make you rank down, so you would go to a rank with similar skilled players from how you're playing on that day, instead of struggling and getting pushed into the negatives in a higher rank. This one also talks about their favourite weapon now has ink mine, which can be annoying if your favourite thing is changed. This is my first Splatoon game, so I don't know how frustrating it is after something you're being used to being changed, but since this review came out there's been more weapon kits added to the game, and there are loads of weapons in Splatoon 3, so you can always try something else. So mix it up, have a different style, and maybe you'll find a more fun different weapon to play with. Now the next complaint was the one you're expecting. It wouldn't be a Splatoon 3 issue game without talking about the disconnects. This is the one that I found mostly on the internet. I won't stay here long because everyone and their mother is talking about the Splatoon 3 disconnects, but at the beginning the disconnects were quite bad. It's because Nintendo was testing their new in-house system, and I cannot begin to comprehend what it does or how it should be different. But I know for anything new to be good, it needs to be tested with everyone on it. They're able to see the faults that it has, and because of the success of Splatoon 3 there was a lot more connected to the servers than expected, so this would obviously cause some connection issues. It has improved over time, but it's not perfect, and I know they want people to enjoy the game, so they're probably trying everything possible to make it better. Another issue that I found that people are saying that boycott the game for is a long gear grind, and I do agree that it is a long grind, but I don't think you should boycott the game for it. Yes, the gear grind is long. You have the idea of the set you want to go for, but to be able to get that set you have to grind up gear. And I've heard from players that play the game a lot, it can take up to a week for one full gear set for one weapon. First off, this can take even longer for casuals who don't want to play as much, and second off, there's no guarantee they'll even like the weapon with the gear set, so they may want to get another gear set for a different weapon, and that's another grind they have to go through to get the most out of one weapon. And if you want to use multiple weapons, you have to grind up multiple gear sets, which will take even longer to do. I feel like they should make it shorter and more friendly for casuals, this gear grind. And if they want to have a lengthy grind in the game, make that for something else, like badges or something, or weapon skins, but just not for something that's a basic minimum to play the game. The final issue that I found on the internet that I'll talk about is the limited stage rotation in Splatoon. And when I first started playing the game, I did not like it, but I learned to appreciate what they are trying to do. Instead of getting put in a map and then choosing the weapon for that map like it is with most other games, this one it gives you the map and then you choose the weapon that is best suited for that map. And since you won't be able to change weapons or switch out, and this can go for your team choosing the weapon and getting the right composition for that map. I feel like this gives some consistency within the game because it's not people switching weapons halfway through the match. You know what your team's doing and you know what the other team's strategy is, so there's consistency. I understand there are only 2 maps for casual turf wars and 2 maps for ranked with 2 modes each, so it's limited for the time you want to play. It can get boring easily. if you're not having a good time with them. But when league battles are added to the game, you'll be able to play all ranked modes at one time. And there is also the fact that you don't have to play multiplayer. There are also other parts of the game to enjoy, like story mode, table turf and summon run. I understand that you might want to play all of these. My first idea was to give 2 sets of 2 maps rotations for turf wars, but then I realised people would just play the one that is considered better or more enjoyable. Then I thought, what if they make one of the ranked modes have a casual rotation, so there are more modes to play at one time? Or maybe they could just try add a new casual mode and rotation at the same time as turf. So what do you think about these issues that I found on Splatoon 3 on the internet? Are they true, false, or if there are any other issues that you have with Splatoon 3? Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, see ya.